Welcome. This astrology coming up for the 3rd to the 9th of the month of March is exciting. I love this week because everything that you couldn't get done, everything that you wanted to get done, and those decisions you've been thinking about making, but you're kind of waffling back and forth. You're going to get some significant clarity, some momentum, and some dynamic action in this week ahead, especially as we approach the weekend. So we're going to talk about this beautiful Mars. It's coming into a trine to the sun, and the Mars position in the sky is powerful. He's on the dog star Sirius and another very auspicious star Canopus, as he is pretty well stuck at that 17th degree of Cancer since moving direct on February 23rd. And since February 23rd, this is the first time we've actually felt maybe the momentum energy coming from Mars, because he's with that solar wisdom of the sun in a beautiful, auspicious, and fortunate growth, expansion, and luck energy called a trine. So we're going to cover this for each single sign this week ahead. There are some other things happening. I'll bring that up as well. Not a big deal. A sextile between Pluto and Mercury, for example, an ongoing longer sextile between Venus and Pluto, which is kind of dominating the next 3 weeks. But it's really the thing that excites me is kind of feeling into that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday into Monday energy that makes you want to just get stuff done and you feel good about doing it, and decisions feel competent, confident, and clear. So let's break this down for the week ahead. By the way, if you're new to my channel, that this person in front of you is me, Lori Lothian. I'm using the Western Tropical Zodiac, whole sign houses, and of course, fixed stars and minor asteroids are in my wheelhouse. And we use the traditional whole sign house system. If you don't know how to cast your chart in whole sign houses, check the description box below. Hit that more button, scroll down. My free asteroid course, 5,000 people have taken it. It's really fun. You'll get, oh my God, you'll find out the names of your spouse and your children and the places you've lived in your chart using the minor asteroid belt. So I teach you how to do that. And you can also get my free Meanings of the 12 Houses PDF, which is really just a handy guidebook for understanding each of the 12 houses in your chart. And of course, you can get the video tutorial as well on how to cast your chart in whole sign houses. And with doing that, you'll be able to find your rising sign. Now, your rising sign is going to be like you in the game of life, you in the matrix, you in the simulation as the character you're playing, the avatar. Whereas the sun is the game player, but it also represents career and purpose. Where the moon is how you feel about this damn game called life, but also can represent matters to do with your home. I suggest trying to listen to all three, and over time, you'll get an idea of what's grooving for you the best. Also, one thing I want to bring up, that's better lighting. I'm trying on another dreary Vancouver day to look like there's some light in my apartment. If you haven't signed up for the Venus retrograde class, you'll be getting this video drop on Monday. I'm going to allow for a late one, like you can sign up. There's 6 classes, they're live. There's all the information in the description box below. If you still want to sign up, in the description box below, I will have a latecomer sign up link. But by Friday this week, no one else can sign up. It's done. It's, if you missed it, you missed it. Live with me and a Facebook group and Q&As and lots of stuff. Now, I just love jewelry. I'm a Venus slut. I have Venus and Taurus in my chart. This is Otter Spirit jewelry. This is Otter Spirit jewelry. This is called the Gemini bracelet trio. And that is something I just received from them because I'm going to be talking about Jupiter and Gemini, Jupiter finishing up in Gemini. Blue appetite. Mm-hmm. I communicate clearly and confidently. Does this girl need that, right? Confidence, Gemini, Pisces, Libra, Capricorn, and the third eye and the throat chakra. And then this other one under here is Howlite. I stay calm in stressful situations. I wish I did. Balance. I'm trying to crown. I just got this bracelet trio today, so I haven't let myself figure out how well it works with me, how I groove with it or not. And the last one is rhododendrite, rhodonite, and it's about compassion, the pink one, compassion and love for all. This is Otter Spirit jewelry, and if you want to buy their jewelry for 20% off, all their jewelry is astrologically correlated, has meaning, and I love these delicate little mini trios the most, actually. These are nice. These are big, right? But these are the delicate little babies. Check it out. I'm like a affiliate, a brand ambassador, but what you get is a discount of 20% off when you buy it. Believe me, I'm not getting rich on these bracelets because they're low ticket items. Okay, so I'm trying to get myself organized here. I feel like my top is all over the place. All right, so let's go into the sky. I'm going to show you a picture. This is an hour-long video. Most of my videos tend to be 90 minutes long, but I'm recording for my Patreon community on Thursday, February 27th, and I have a Substack Zoom call after this, and I've got so much other stuff to get done. So I won't know what's going on in the world because I'm recording on Thursday. This video comes on Monday. Will the ceasefire hold in Gaza? Probably not. Will Ukraine and Russia forge a peace deal? Absolutely yes. By Monday, maybe not. But yes, that's on the menu for life circumstances that look better. Will NATO and the United States have a further falling out? Absolutely. So I'm going to be doing a video coming up soon on the solar ingress into Aries as the sun comes into the zero Aries, and what the sky looks like in Washington, D.C. at the time for my American viewers, because it's going to be interesting. I do remember looking at it last year and going, ooh, that's going to be intense. In the meantime, that, transit of Uranus over Donald Trump's midheaven is still ongoing. Gets pretty exact by mid to late March. What I see so far is it's like the shocking stuff he's saying, and the shocking things he's doing in his career and reputation are playing out during this transit of direct motion Uranus heading over his midheaven, high noon career point. And actually, this is the only time this is going to happen in his life, right? It correlated with the bullet going by his ear because it is coming back in 84 years over his midheaven. So, and it hasn't happened before. So everything we're seeing with him, all the kind of crazy ass, what do you call those things? Executive orders and shocking statements. Let's make Gaza a casino and hotel land. And, let's just US take over the land. Sometimes, he said, I think in The Art of the Deal, that the best way to deal is to say the outrageous, to propose the unbelievable, to start off with something like it doesn't seem realistic. And that could just be a strategy. So I know a lot of people think that's not true, that he's like off the rails, but I'm not so sure about it. I'm not so sure about that. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and look at the sky. I'm Canadian, and I'm not going to do a lot of mundane astrology today. And I've done a lot of mundane astrology in my most recent videos, on the introduction videos to the Virgo eclipse video. Go listen to that. I do talk a lot about world events connected to the Virgo eclipse, including Middle East, Lebanon, etc., Trump and bans. And I also mention maybe a little bit of Trudeau. I don't know if I know. I don't think I did this time. He's a Virgo rising. But he's out of our government now. He's resigned, really. He's just waiting for the next guy to take over, which will be Mark Carney. Mark Carney will not beat Pierre Poilievre, but Mark Carney will take away some of the strength of the votes, like the slam dunk super-powered majority. It will still probably be a majority, but squeaking by government for the Conservatives in our election, which will probably be called this spring. And that's the astrology, not my opinion. Okay, so let's get going. I'm going to show you the sky. We're going to go through it together so you can see what's happening. And when you see what's happening in the sky, then we'll do your sign. So I'm just going to show it to you first, right? Don't forget, if you're new here and you want to have more of this all signs content, everything I do here is all signs. You get like personal attention, although your sign is like everyone with red hair is going to get rich this week. Everyone with blonde hair is going to get sick this week. Of course not. Your sign is your general way of understanding astrology. It's not your unique natal chart, and everybody has a unique natal chart, more or less, unless your twin is born exactly the same place and popped out with you within minutes. You have a very unique sky. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and look at this. Daedalus is the asteroid sitting with Mars this week. Daedalus is the inventor of the wings that melted for his son, who went up, Icarus. Now, Icarus melting wings and things falling from the sky. It's classic. The helicopter that downed the president of Iran happened with a Mars Icarus event in May of 2024. The sun kept tracking with Icarus as it went through Aquarius, and we were having multiple plane falling from sky incidences. Now Icarus has moved on, thank God, and it's no longer really close to the now Pisces sun. But Daedalus was the dad inventor, and the dad inventor is somebody who wanted to escape. They were held in confinement. They were held in hostage zone because he was a scientist, the king of, like the Minotaur story in Greek mythology. I guess it could have been Crete. Wanted Daedalus to, be in captivity because I guess he was a scientist. So his son and he were kept as well kept captives, in a I believe in the palace. but they didn't have their freedom. So it can be about wanting to be released from captivity, Daedalus, also to be inventive. So where in your life with Mars conjunct somebody who was captive and invented a way to escape captivity, the wings that were made of wax that he and his son were going to fly out of the compound, out of the kingdom, out of the palace, over the fence, so to speak. But unfortunately, of course, the sun, not knowing that the wings were made of wax, tried to fly all the way to the sun and fell from the sky. So it's not about Icarus, though. It's about the being inventive and creative in a way to engineer a release or escape from something that you feel hostage or captive by. Of course, in the real world, we do have hostages and captives in the Middle East story. So there can be some stories about forward momentum there. Sun is in the sign of Pisces. Pisces is connected to the situation in Gaza, is connected to displaced, homeless, refugees, distressed and, tortured peoples. It is connected to borders between land and sea, etc. So Pisces. So we may see that narrative having a positive shift coming off of this week's sky, particularly Thursday through to, say, Monday of the week after. So particularly the 6th through to the 10th of March, that is a nice, powerful Mars energy. I find Mars is doing most of his action in the prelude to a connection to another planet. In other words, not after. So you'll see here on Friday, March the 7th, the sun is at 10 degrees and 36 minutes, and Mars is 17 and 17. So it's pretty exact on Friday. So we're likely to see stuff building up Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right into Friday, where some of what I'm about to describe in your own life and for the world is what's happening. It's where you get that ambition, motive, and direction to be creative, inventive, in ways to free yourself perhaps from places where you feel hostage or captive. But also, I remember Daedalus in the story was captive in a luxury palace. So it's not always about the torturous being, you could be captive by your own gilded cages of success, for example. So who knows? Now, the other thing I want to bring out for the week ahead for the world is Venus is tracking with Salacia, and she's stationing to go retrograde coming up on March 1st, 2nd, depends on where you live. So behind us on Salacia, and that means gossip about scandal, quite often sexual. And because there's a broad square to Mars, it even makes it more likely to be scandal connected to sexual stories. So look for some of those to come flying through our sky, because the Cancer part of the sky in world events is the 10th house of the nation of Israel. There may be some scandals in the nation of Israel, in this case to do with financial matters, other people's money and money scandals. Venus is also the goddess of money. So we could see some big money scandal. Oh, did I say, sorry, 7th house of Israel and the 10th house of Israel. Scandals are breaking in the news, could be connected to the nation of Israel and its leadership, right? Its leadership. And I'm just trying to think of some well-known Aries folk out there, and my brain isn't working. Tulsi Gabbard has an Aries sun, if I remember correctly. And Kamala Harris has an Aries moon. So scandals could be coming out amongst people, could be women, Venus. Scandals around women in power is a possibility. Tulsi, Kamala Harris, or anybody in the world. Look for some scandalous breaking news coming up. Now, is it breaking, or is it just sort of old news returning? Let me add something here. I forgot Mercury got left out of the mix. Okay. I'm having some really bad tech issues. There we go. So yeah, Mercury, of course it's news. He's right there, like dough. So look for some scandalous news stories. Breaking. Now it could do the nation of Israel. That's their 7th house of open enemies, adversaries, people who are against them. So scandalous stories. I mean, the whole United Nations is against them. So it could be that, ICC, ICJ. But anyway, big scandalous stories may be breaking in the news cycle this week regarding Israel, especially early in the week, especially around Netanyahu, Gallant, and his crew in the Knesset. The right-wing faction. On Monday, let's go back in time before we do your sign. Let's go back to Monday. We are now on Tuesday. Good enough. Monday, we've got the kind of tail end of a Mercury conjunction to Neptune. Mercury's just left, so we won't talk about that. That was Sunday. And you'll notice that Jupiter is in a broad square to the sun that was also more exact on Sunday. And so rather than worry about that, I'll just say it is an energy behind us about some confusion around a world leader and opportunity or change or something like that. Could also be sun in, yeah, it's behind us. Let's move forward. On Wednesday, Mercury will have a conversation with Pluto in a sextile. You'll notice that Venus is in a broad sextile to Pluto at 8 degrees. I count that. She's sextiling Pluto all through the next 3 or 4 weeks because of retrogradation. She'll be coming back on a 3 pass. So we'll be covering that in the Venus retrograde class because it's the first time in our lifetimes that we've had a Venus retrograde going through the Aries and Pisces sky like it did in March of 2000 or just say 2017 spring through to about, the end of May. And yet we've never had a hookup with Venus to Pluto. And that's a big deal. And that's a very different energy. And when she has her conjunction to the sun on around the 22nd, 21st of March, she's also going to be doing that Venus star point in quotes or conjunction to the sun or Cazimi. Well, she is sextile Pluto almost perfectly. So there's so much of this Pluto story that's building in the background. Venus Pluto can be uncovering, unearthing secrets to do with money and love, to do with war and peace. Unearthing, uncovering, revealing, but also powering up the power of love, the love of power. So that's a really powerful and new energy for the world. At the same time, though, we'll see Mercury having that conversation with Pluto in a very acute or exact way as he moves forward. And we get to the Wednesday, and he's in a really tight sextile on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Okay, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday to Pluto. So Mercury's information, Pluto is what is hidden, unearthing, salacious or shocking information to do mostly with the chironic wound to do with war, I'd say, but also because it's the enemy or adversary to the ascendant of the nation of Israel. We might see some of that being germane as well. And Benjamin, no, we won't do him. The son of the nation of Israel is Taurus. I believe it's pretty close to Elgol as well. So there can still be Uranian shocks going on over there. Now let's move ahead and do your sign. We're talking about, I'd say you'll start to feel it building as early as, well, let's see. We're on Wednesday and we're on Tuesday. On Tuesday, the sun is at 14 and Mars is at 17. That's counting. 3 degrees engagement. So Tuesday, Mars's day, through to Sunday, we get this gung-ho, go-getter, get it done, make your decisions, free yourself, be creative, and be inventive. That's how it looks to me when I look at this. We're going to roll through all signs. And if you're new, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I did buy myself some new flowers. My tulips are here because I'm honoring Venus. I'm making an altar for her as she goes through her journey through Aries and Pisces. And we're going to be talking about making altars in my class. We're also going to be doing a collaging party on the one of the weeks together coming up on the class. And so it's all optional. Of course, you don't have to collage or vision board, but we're making it a journey of collective consciousness as we create and co-create with Venus, who is the goddess of what you desire and what you wish to magnetize or attract to you. So if you want to jump aboard this class, it's going to be fun and it's going to be full of a bunch of astro curious people. So come on board and have some fun with us for 6 weeks. Okay, ends April 12th. Now let's go ahead and start with Aries. And this is a short video. It should be an hour as long because I'm just going to say, you got your go-getter vibe, guys. You got this. You can get it done. Getting it done is not a problem. Making decisions is not a problem. Places you've been stuck during, especially during the Mars retrograde in Cancer. When did he retrograde in Cancer? December 6th. No, January 6th to February 23rd. So we're going to start with Aries, and everybody gets maybe 3 minutes today on a Monday video. Let's roll through the sky together. So Aries, sun, moon, and rising sign. Well, Mars has been retrograding since December 6th, but in the sign of Cancer since January the 6th through to February 23rd. You might have found there's lots of areas in your life where you just felt areas in your life where you felt very unsure. Like taking action, going for it, and making decisions, or even just working hard may have been something that wasn't really happening. It wasn't really lining up. You might have been hesitant, and you might have been emotional as well because of the watery place that Mars is sitting. But hey, Daedalus is there, and the dog star Sirius and Canopus, a star of spiritual travelers, dog star Sirius, glory, riches, fame, and power, a bunch of good stuff, mystical, magical star. And so there's a lot of potency here as Mars is now direct at 17 degrees of Cancer, flowing back to that sun in the second house. Where in your life are you now ready to move forward when it comes to actions and decisions connected to your home? And I mean like where you live, your domicile, where you sleep at night, your private and domestic life. And, with Mars here, it could be decisions to travel from the home and booking them and taking actions to do that. It could be things to do with renovating or constructing in the home, but it could also be things to do with what you wish to do to change your home. There may be some desires here that are percolating for Aries to change where they live. And Mars is the ruler of the eighth house of mortgages and financing and banking. And there's also the potential then you might want that to do some banking or to get a mortgage or refinance a property. And now you have some momentum and some chutzpah to go ahead and get it done. Also with Mars moving direct, where have you felt trapped, or what do you call it, like Daedalus, right? A captive, and something to do with maybe childhood patterns, things to do from your family of origin, especially psychic and soul patterns, past life stuff. The sun is in the 12th house of other lives, other places, and it's feeding wisdom and truth to Mars, who can now move forward with courage and confidence. So some of you are unraveling content that's under the surface. You inherited it, or you remember it from a past life, and you're operating unconsciously on code like malware in your system, especially with addiction, self-undoing, especially with things you would like to enjoy in your privacy of your home, like bed pleasures. Another meeting of the 12th house. So you're unwinding some stuff here. You're clearing and healing some stuff here as well. And it's karmic, it's ancient, and it may connect to your childhood or past lives. Also, definitely could conceive travel abroad, or even a idea that may be percolating, this week, of a move abroad. Maybe you would like to go to a distant shore. It doesn't have to be another country, but the 12th house means distant, far off lands and shores. And there's some consideration of extended travel, or perhaps even a move, and maybe doing things like booking tickets or making those decisions as we look at the week ahead, especially this Tuesday, the 4th, through until at least Sunday, the 9th. And, watch out for some salacious gossip about yourself. Salacia is in the house of you, but you're the one who could be gossiping about others. The Mercury god is right there. You could have a microphone of gossip in your hand. Be careful. And that Pluto sextile on Wednesday, you'll feel it a day or two before and after. Well, what information or news are you being revealed or revealing into the public or an audience, or maybe connected to your groups of friends? I think I'm going to leave the Pluto Mercury thing behind for most signs because it's so fleeting. But it's a part of a 3-part story as well. So what I'll say about it is, look for information or news coming from an ally, friend, or benefactor that could be very good for your financial and commercial success on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. If you're whoa, sorry guys. If you're a Taurus, sun, moon, and rising sign, it looks to me like what you've got going on here is, first of all, just a little, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Mercury, Pluto, some information or news, backroom deals and negotiations to do with greater riches or transformation of your career. Now, some of you also commercial scandals to do with your, in revenue you generate from foreign marketplaces. But most of you look like more like some backroom deals and negotiations around career matters. It could play out well for you Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Now, the big deal is Mars is moving in direct motion, 17 degrees on a powerful star or two, which I mentioned in the intro. More importantly, where have you been captive in your third house? Where have you felt like, especially this can go back to October. He's back in the kind of zone of his travels in October in Cancer. So late October, where is it that you feel late October, and also maybe stuck here since January 6th to February 23rd in moving forward in your things to do with your communications, marketing, sales, website, neighbors, neighborhood, matters to do with your siblings, especially one younger, aunts, uncles, cousins. It's everything. It's a kitchen sink, but it's your daily life. As my friend Adam Ellenbus says, the fishbowl in which you swim. Where has this been maybe holding you back? Where have you felt stuck, captive, or, imprisoned by circumstances here? Because you be inventive and creative to bust out and break through, and it could impact your financial gain and your earnings and your career. Or sometimes brick and mortar businesses are the third as well. Breakthroughs there in changing your actions and decisions with bold confidence and clarity, as you now are going to make decisions clearly. And sun in your 11th house is definitely good for that increase of financial gain in your career through actions and choices you make now. With the energy of the 11th house also connected to your allies, benefactors, a sibling, one older, people who wish to support you, as well as your long range plans and goals for your life, you're making some executive changes in your decision making, in your ideas of what you want to do here, and being able to start to take action on it. For example, I have a Taurus son daughter, and she's kind of half-assed thinking maybe she's ready to look for another job that pays her more money. And I would encourage her, maybe under this kind of sky, to do that. That would be a yes. Hey, Gemini, kind of that Mercury sextile Pluto bit is happening on the 5th. So give or take, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday vibe. You might be getting some news or information from some colleague, coworker, someone who's a friend of yours in your social groups, connected to far off travel, foreign lands, foreign distant shores, spiritual community, and religious beliefs. I'm talking about Pluto in your 9th. And maybe also visas and passports and all of that. It could be a professional opportunity about teaching or learning as well. And you're getting that coming through your sky. As I said, epicenter around the 5th of the week, which is a Wednesday. Now, as we move forward, it is going to look like Mars wants to kind of break free of some containment or captivity in your financial matters, where you may have noticed that you have been kind of unsure and not really clear, especially about spending, saving, earning money. Mars is a self-starter in your 2nd house. He has been a retrograde hot mess in that Cancer house, January 6th to February 23rd. Now he's got some support from the sun to move ahead, to get things going from a divinely inspired inner knowing. This is the career direction I want to go on. Because later on, as this month progresses, he'll start the last week of March activating Saturn for the hard work that comes on the clarity of actions and decisions around career and money matters that you are now engaging in with bold, clear confidence. This can also be some changes to your dietary style so that your public reputation or your career success can be amplified by dietary habit changes of any sort. And Mars is inventive because Daedalus was an inventor scientist. So inventive ways to make more money, spend less money, activate more drive and ambition in a self-starter entrepreneurial endeavors. These are things that some of you Geminis might do. Now, Mars can cut, end, and sever. And if it's time to break free of a job, Saturn up there, for some of you, you don't want to do the same old. This is where you can have some clarity to make the bold directions to break free of a situation professionally that is just no longer for you, or change your reputation by what you say or speak into the world with bold confidence. Because you don't always have to have a job or career. You could be retired, but you still have the high noon of the sky where people see you doing what you're doing when you're not working, right? So now you're going to make some bold vocal declarations, 2nd house of speech, that define a freedom for you and declare it to the broader world. That is active, all the way through Tuesday through Sunday. If you are a Cancer, sun, moon, and rising, the sky is suggesting that you're going to be acting very boldly, very decisively, and freeing yourself from some kind of captivity in inventive and creative ways this week. That's going to be fairly strong for you Tuesday through to Sunday. That's because Mars is in your sign, and you are now breaking out of any kind of self-containment, any kind of self-imposed captivity, especially when it comes to not being on purpose or feeling like you're not in alignment with your true north, like your soul's path for this lifetime, because that's what it is happening in the ninth house. The ninth house is literally like being in alignment with your dharma and your meaning of life. Sun is the divine intelligence that can allow for that. And you may have some support from a guide, teacher, mentor, or father figure in order to align more truly with purpose or meaning in this week ahead. You might make decisions with great bold confidence and clarity about educational paths or foreign land travel and distant shores. That's things you may be pondering, planning, booking, etc. in this week ahead. With the energy on kind of Wednesday, a day or two before, of Mercury revealing some information from Pluto, it would be information to do with the money you share with your spouse, your tax situation, your accounting, your investments, and but it would be connected mostly to work or wedding or marriage matters. And so there's some kind of disclosure or information that comes to you that's being released. It may have a bit of scandal with a Venus Salacia, a little shock, but also it may not. Most of us don't have scandalous events, but you could have a little scandal going on here to do with financial matters and career matters on Wednesday, give or take a day or two before. Let it pass. This too shall pass. Your marriage partner could be having some financial disclosures and bringing those to your attention as well. And it's positive. It's a sextile, so it looks actually better than you think it is. Sometimes it's something as simple as filing your taxes in a new way and finding out with you and your spouse, for example, or just yourself, that you can get better outcomes by doing a little shift in the way you do it. Leo, sun, moon, and rising. So what you've got going on here is you are literally looking at, first of all, there's a feeling on Wednesday, a day or two before, of information or news coming to you from a significant person in your life, a client, a spouse type relationship, or a business partner. And this news or information coming to you is also going to help you align with purpose, align with the meaning of life, but also maybe open up opportunities for foreign land travel, significant developments connecting to visas and passports and journeys abroad. Also, this is a part of the chart that connects to a sibling too older. That's your Mercury ninth house. And the seventh house is anyone important in your life, someone who has potency, power, and wealth with Pluto, influence, and major decisions also around legal matters. There could be like revelations and reveals when you're in the middle of a marital divorce, right? And this is like revelations or disclosures around joint finances, for example, because we got courts in the ninth house. Mars is finally breaking free and moving forward. This is going to be a good story for you Tuesday through to Sunday, where you felt captive, maybe isolated, alone, maybe stuck somewhere, like feeling like your alone time felt alone, isolated, or you don't enjoy it or something. That's where Mars is traveling. He's in your 12th house. This is Mars kind of going direct after being stuck retrograde here since January 6th to February 23rd. He is direct, but he's also with the Daedalus, and Daedalus was captive, and he had to be inventive to break free and free himself and his son. So the inventive urge, the creative urge to break free of something that holds you back. Now, in your case, this can include addictions, self-undoing, being your own worst enemies, past life vows of chastity, poverty, past life stuff is very active here. Mars also rules your childhood, breaking free of some of those childhood situations, the way you were raised, the things you were taught, the way you adopted family beliefs that don't serve you. Yeah, you're breaking free of some of that too. Now, because you got the sun in the 8th house of shared resources, this can be a major week ahead around discussing with a significant relationship partner the money you share in your relationship, and maybe having some really important discussions about that stuff. And I say that because, the sun is flowing from the house of shared monies. And with Pluto in the 7th house and the connection to Venus, this looks very much like some of you are in some really come to Jesus moment in relationships around finances shared jointly. And it doesn't have to be bad. Mars is in a trine to the sun. It's trying to work something out. Saturn is the lord of time and karma, and nothing is done quickly here. But there may be, even if you don't have a marriage falling apart or the relationship falling apart, there may be some new structures you're trying to put into the money you share with your business partner or your significant other. Or for some of you, even book publishing royalty income without explaining it. Just trust me on that. If you're a Virgo, sun, moon, and rising sign, this week ahead is going to open up the energy of First of all, information or news or disclosure to do with monies that are in your investments, your stock portfolio, your shared monies with a spouse. That's where Mercury's sitting, and talking to Pluto in the house of debts and real and imagined. So there's some major either positive revealing or unearthing of money that could help you relieve a debt. The sextile to Pluto could be debt relief, but it's also very X-ray vision in a positive way where you're able to see like a new way of seeing those monies you share with a business partner, a spouse, your investment portfolios, your retirement monies, inheritance monies. There could be a really nice opportunity here to eliminate some financial hardship or debt in your life. And that's going to be showing up, as I said, Wednesday, the 5th, give or take a day or two before and after. Now, with Mars in your 11th house of good spirit, a very positive house, he is trying to, make some decisions and take actions, but also break free of a sense of containment or captivity. Daedalus, the asteroid, in areas of your life where you felt stuck and you haven't been able to move forward. And that pertains to January 6th to February 23rd, but with echoes of October, because it could be about paring away, cutting the deadwood off your life when it comes to friends and social settings and groups of belonging and friends who you think were your allies, but they turn out to be nasty, Mars. So there could be some real determination and decision making going on to take action in removing those friends and friendships from your life if they're not the right ones for you. Otherwise, changes in how you earn money, including the resources of your paycheck, the gains of your career, the way you make that money, making some changes in that storyline for you guys. And Mars likes to end, cut, and sever. So some of you with Jupiter in the 10th house are lucky in work, and you may be getting ready to quit a career path or a job itself. Mars is the ruler of Scorpio, and so there is a possibility, and your 8th house, there are some big money changes coming with your shared resources with a partner, but also with work and work situations as well. 3rd house can engage that. I like this energy of breaking free from captivity in a creative, inventive way. And I'm going to notice this for you. Mars exalts your 5th house of entrepreneurship. It's not too bad to consult, freelance, or do some entrepreneurial side hustles as you are figuring out what the hell's going on with your finances. And Mars is also in a flowing relationship to the Sun in the 7th house of legal contracts, business partnerships, and significant marriage partner. Now, if you're looking for a new work opportunity, and you very well may be, then you're going to look at this as something could come through this week that changes your income structures from your work, and you'll sign on the dotted line, a raise, a promotion, a new position, or you may actually find out or hear about a situation to apply for a new position or job or work. Situations with your spouse, if you have one, or significant other also are going to be on your radar this Tuesday through Sunday, and it could involve exciting and positive developments to make decisions with that person regarding important social opportunities that the two of you may want to say yes to. It sounds very insignificant, so it's not the most important thing. Mars really wants to make changes to your work environment, and this is a week where those changes will begin to show up for you, because you can see the actions and decisions that need to be taken here. Libra, sun, moon, and rising sign. So first of all, it looks to me like you've got a week where there's some revelation or disclosure with Pluto Mercury, and so information in a positive way coming to you. It could do with sexuality, romantic partnerships, your children. It could have something to do with your spouse. It could be a revelation of something that was not known but it's positively received, or they're revealing to you something about their life. Now, hopefully nobody's pregnant, but you never know with Uranus and Taurus on the moon here. There's a possibility of, oh, honey, we're pregnant. But otherwise, it looks to me like you're having some positive discussions with a significant other around romantic stuff, leisure travel, getaways, but also your children if you have them, and revealing and deeper conversations than just the surface. We do like the energy of Mars in your 10th house, because if there's been ever a case for someone wanting to quit their jobs or change their jobs or working too hard, it's you guys. And Mars has been up here all September, October, then he retrograded in Cancer January 6th to February 23rd, stalling you out on really either slowing down your ambition and passion as you tried to find balance during the retrograde through to February 23rd, or hesitating to make a decision or take actions around changing your job structures, quitting your job, because this is trine to the sun and you're feeling this Tuesday through Sunday. Some of you are actually making decisions and taking actions, and you're ready to free yourself from any sense of captivity or containment that you've been struggling with in career and work matters, especially if you're employed or you have bosses and colleagues and coworkers. Now, the Sun Saturn energy in the sixth house can be the boss or someone in charge in the colleague coworker setting, offering you some kind of change in the career that feels very liberating and very inventive and exciting. And again, some of you will see that happening in the time frame I told you about. So Tuesday through to Sunday. And I don't know, I would say that because you get Saturn Mars working in a trine at the very end of this month, the whole last week, then you're going to be working really hard. So there's a sense of breakthrough or breaking free of some stagnation that you've been feeling about your motivation, your excitement, and your passion in the work and public reputation sphere. So also Libra, it looks to me like this could be a really nice new job opportunity coming as well. And it may involve foreign places, foreign people, and foreign things, or foreign entities as well. Keep that in mind. And Mars wants to bring you more money. He's the ruler of your earnings. So if he makes any changes in your 10th house, it's also going to increase your financial revenue and your financial portfolio. Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising sign. It looks to me like you've got a story going on here, and it is going to be about one Mercury on Wednesday, a day or two before and after, talking to Pluto. Mercury says, I got information to do with the following themes: pets, rentals, tenancies, debts, and work and job situations and health matters. And he sextiles Pluto in the fourth house. That's father figure, mother, father, family of origin people. And it in the positive but still difficult circumstance, there could also be a shocking, surprising bit of information that you're going to receive some money that allows you to pay off debt from someone in your family line, mom and dad, granddad, or something like that. So that could be something shows up for you on this week ahead, Tuesday through to Sunday. And Mercury is also capable in this thing of disclosing information around a rental opportunity or a property purchase or sale opportunity. Now, as we go forward from Tuesday through to Sunday, it looks like you're going to break free through, invent, create something new in your ninth house. Ninth house is kind of the meaning of life, the purpose of life, alignment with purpose, feeling on track with your gifts and talents, your dharma. So there's something that wants to shift there, but this is also foreign land travel, visas, passports, and there's a breakthrough. Have you been stuck, stagnant, indecisive, or blocked here? Now you're free to go ahead and move forward. My son lost his passport. He's a Scorpio rising. Finally, he's waiting for the bureaucracy to renew all of the documents because he was stolen. It was stolen from his car. So you are looking at a situation then, sorry, I'm itchy, where you're breaking free. I wouldn't doubt it. I bet you my son's going to finally get his passport in the mail or something in this week ahead. This is going to be Tuesday through to Sunday. The flow to the sun, the trine to the sun opens up opportunities for romantic travel, leisure travel. He and his wife want to book their honeymoon. They haven't done it yet after the wedding. So this is so classic for him. I bet this is it. For you, things to do with travel, foreign lands, higher education, children, leisure travel are going to be positively influenced, especially around momentum. Your decision-making power is Mars. You are Mars ruled, and the action-taking power is now enabled, and your sense of limitation or captivity in your ninth house is breaking free. It also could be really good for breaking free on things for your children, where one of your children has a break-free energy, especially regarding education, higher education goals, ambitions, and directions. And when it comes to entrepreneurial business, if you're an entrepreneur, this is a lovely little breakthrough energy where you move forward with luck and even some significant wealth activations, given that the ninth house is a Lakshmi house. All right. Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising sign. It is a week ahead where Mercury wants to reveal information on Wednesday, a day or two before and after, about your children, about your sex life, about your romance, about your creative projects, about your entrepreneurial fifth house business as it connects to matters to do with travel opportunities, writing projects, social media, and online land, and also possibly revelations from a sibling and uncle, cousin, niece, or nephew. And there may be a bit of salacious scandal there. Maybe you find out that your cousin is dating your ex-husband or something, all that retrograde coming up, or there's some kind of, ooh, what the hell's going on with my extended family and the word romance. But there's just a sweet little spot there also that could be very positive for some exciting commercial success or information coming to you to do with entrepreneurial, creative, and writing projects or marketing, selling, or online world stuff. Now, if you're looking for love because Venus is stationing retrograde already, then a love from the past emails or phone calls you and says, meet me at the coffee shop down the street, or let's go on a trip together, or meet me here, or hit you up on Facebook or Instagram. So there's that sense that this could be, oh my God, I thought my old boyfriend, wife, or whatever had passed away. They're still alive. And suddenly, shockingly, they're revealing some deep truths to you. Look for people from the past and conversations to emerge and contact this week ahead. Now, as we go into the Mars story, Mars stuck, couldn't go forward January 6th to February 23rd in Cancer. He was like all clogged up. It's decisions and actions you're trying to make to do with your money, your taxes, your inheritances, your shared monies with the spouse, how to divide monies between you and significant others, how to apply money and money decisions to your children, squaring the fifth house. So a lot of this is now free to move forward. There is clarity. You know what you need to do. If you're separating assets with a spouse, now you know how to do it. You're freeing yourself from a sense of being captive by indecision, and you got it going, especially when it comes to resources, home, property, mortgages, land, real estate, decisions, actions, shared resources as well, with whomever, the bank, the mortgage, the loans, and those actions and decisions regarding property most often here with the sun in the fourth house are moving solidly forward. Hey, Capricorn, sun, moon, and rising sign. First off, let's draw our attention to Mercury revealing something that was hidden from view, probably Wednesday, but you can go a day or two before. The reveal comes from your childhood, your mom, your family of origin, someone you knew in your childhood, some kind of revelation or scandal even from your childhood being revealed to you. Oh no. But it also could be about money. Pluto is in the money house and Mercury's in the homeland, property and real estate and domestic life and legacy wealth. So there may be some reveals coming to you, information or news to do with money and your childhood and inheritance and your mom and things to do with your resources connected to your home. Maybe Mercury comes up with some information that shows you how to buy a home, sell a home, or with Mercury's combination of connection to Jupiter and the moon later on, a rental property opportunity emerging for you on Wednesday, give or take, a day on either side. And then we have Mars. Mars is going to be flowing beautifully to the sun in your third house. Mars is finally making his mind up regarding love. Significant long-term love relationships have been in a quagmire, or business partnerships, or how you reach your audience and marketplace. The quagmire is caused by Mars being retrograde and indecisive and slow and in his own mind, offline. Mars is offline. Mars is offline January the 6th in Cancer through until February 23rd. Now he's going forward, and this means that you are going forward with your long-term committed love and business partnership opportunities. This is about travel. This is about communication. This is the third house. So there may be some forward momentum coming through the sky as you look at this week ahead, Tuesday, Wednesday through to Sunday, as now decisions are being made, travel plans are being activated, conversations are happening, emails and phone calls are flying back and forth. If you are looking at feeling captive, or your partners felt captivated by indecision, sort of held hostage to uncertainty, now things are moving forward in apparently certain ways as this week progresses. If you're looking to separate or divorce who your partner is, then there's flow and ease going on here between the sun in the third house. The communications should be successful around the procedures around, taking apart the relationship rather than putting it together. And that will be true just for a few of you. I mean, everyone's different. I don't know your natal chart. Hmm. And that's about all I have for you. Just know that as Mars goes forward, he's eventually going to sextile Uranus, which is kind of like some surprising developments as we come to the end of this month and into the next month regarding long-term committed love and relationship stuff. So there's some stuff that looks good later on. Let's see how that goes for you, especially as you move towards the month of April. I went too far. If you are like me, I'm Aquarius rising, you can listen for your rising sun and moon. Then you're noticing that you've got this energy of information, disclosure, conversations, ideas in your third house of social media. Also, emails, phone calls, and texts. Anybody can be very third house shit. Also, information, disclosure, news from a sibling, one younger than you, coming through the sky, connected to Mars in the sixth house of work and health and boss and colleagues and coworkers and pets and rentals. Now, Mercury in a conversation with Pluto in our Aquarius first house. Sorry. So you have the Pluto Darth Vader godfather godmother effect. You are mafia boss. You're so in charge of your life these days. You are not suffering any fools gladly. Take on Pluto, become Pluto, be a personal force of evolutionary force for the greater good. Okay, that said, Pluto is allowing you to dive below the surface of you. You are able to see yourself a lot better. And sun, you see your career better. Moon, your things about your family of origin, your mom, your home, your father, your son. But if it's an Aquarius rising, you're seeing the character and what the character is made up of. All the codes of your character are clearer to you. You're seeing below the surface, and Mercury has news for you. So around Wednesday, a day or two before, look for information or news. It could be disclosed through a family member, sibling younger, aunts, uncle, cousins, nieces, and nephews, all of those crew, kinfolk. Also, maybe a childhood friend, or maybe somebody you knew when you were in elementary school or high school, and you may hear from them. And Venus retrograde, likely a female, but somebody from the past is communicating with you on Wednesday, day or two before and after, helping you see and reveal who you are to yourself. Now, Mars wants to make changes to do with the following themes: pets, rentals, work habits and routines, work mates and workplace, health and health routines. He wants to go forward, and he's been stuck. He's been like, I can't make up my mind. I don't know what to do. That's been true. Okay, ever since he got retrograding here in this part of the chart, Cancer, January 6th to February 23rd. But now he's got some solar momentum and clarity to go forward and know what it is he wants to do. And he's doing this because the sun is saying, I'm aligning you with voice, vocation, calling, earnings, money, and resources. And you're the work guy. Yes, you can work hard, but you're also going to work in alignment with the divine mind, in enduring and well-paced Saturnian ways that connected dreams come true. There's some kind of shift for you as this week progresses, Tuesday through Sunday, where work, money, and those matters are more solid. This could also be a very solid clarity about a dietary change, a food style change, and acting it and not feeling stuck. You know how to go forward. You know how to get it done. Like you're ready to do it. And exercise as well as diet are very on your menu here. I'll probably don't join a yoga studio. I've been meaning to do it forever. Hot yoga is my thing. Steamy Mars in the sixth house. I'll join a hot yoga studio at last and get my ass to act together. And that's what I got for you. And pets, if you want to buy a pet, this is the week to do it. This would activate the perfect opportunity. Well, I could be buying a pet because it's a house of possessions and spending, your second house. Now we have the last and never least, Pisces, sun, moon, and rising sign. And what I'm seeing here is Mercury wants to informationize something, but you're the one with the ideas, information, and you're the one with the speaking because it's Mercury. You might have some salacious news you want to deliver the world, some scandalous and gossipy news about yourself. Oh no, what could it be? But it's right there, Salacia. You're the gossip girl. Are you gossiping about you or somebody else? But there's a bit of that, and it's talking to Pluto, and it could be around a friend. And when I say a friend, I mean like your, allies, benefactors, a sibling one older, but also colleagues, coworkers, maybe colleagues, but also people in larger social situations and networks. And there may be some scandalous, shocking information coming through about them or from them. Okay, so there's exciting stuff going on. Now, the other thing I want to say is that you could say that you're really ready to move forward when it comes to decisions about your home life. You know, do you want to move? Do you want to travel abroad? Do you want to change your home? Do you want to construct a new home? Oh, I'm starting with Aries. I'm sorry. Oh my God, how did that happen? Okay, we're back. Oh no, it's because of Ascensional times. Okay, let me go back a bit. That's making me laugh. I'm doing Aries all over again. Didn't we start with you guys? Oh my God. Sorry. Let's see if I can get us back to Pisces or not. Oh, we're starting with Pisces. Aries, I did do double. It's gotta be. No, it's not going to be. Let's try moving ahead by an hour, a minute. So this is what happens. It's called Ascensional times, and I'm just having to move it forward. Okay. Sorry, Pisces. Sorry. Nancy, timestamper, get it right. Pisces, sun, moon, and rising sign. Looks to me like you're going to have information about money coming to you, especially when it comes to backroom deals and negotiations, or how you've sabotaged yourself financially based on childhood wounds, karmic patterns, and past life stuff, or some information coming to you about financial matters connected to far off foreign shores, distant lands, and money you make on, international borderless income and revenue sources. Mercury is also often connected here with Pluto to a change of dietary style and habit as revelations come to you about how to improve your health by the way you eat, ingest, and things that go in your nose and your mouth, including addictive substances, and getting rid of them or changing your perception about them in some fundamental way. This is a Wednesday story, a day or two before and after. Now, we're going to look at that longer story of Tuesday through to Sunday as Mars is flowing into the sun. Some major decisions are being made around entrepreneurial business, creative projects, your romantic and sex life, your children. And as Mars has been stuck and not knowing what to do about those situations ever since January 6th, now he's got captivity freedom. He's breaking free in inventive and creative ways, flowing to the sun, which is lighting you up and giving you vitality, clarity, and a sense of the divine plan. And so you're looking at that like, I'm ready to go forward and make a move on that romantic thing, hit that woman or guy up that I'm interested in. Maybe it's time for you to launch your creative business. Maybe it's time for you to help that child or be with that child in their actions and decision makings, because now you know how to be there for them, what to say, how to support them. And, there are things to do with your fifth house. It can be about other people. Your children are ready to go forward and they've been stuck on decisions, and you're the solar wisdom force that are supporting them in those directional changes through, Tuesday through to Sunday. And your creative projects that have been stalled, your artistic endeavors are going to finally go forward. You're going to feel some freedom, invention, and creativity like Daedalus does here as you move forward on matters that may have just been, pretty quagmired and pretty stuck starting at the beginning of January and through until now. Even though Mars went direct on February 23rd, he really needs something like the sun to give him some light, some solar wisdom, some solar truth to go forward. If you've been thinking about breaking up with a romantic partner, a sex partner, somebody that you're sexually active with, that's the same story going on here. Because Mars is like making decisions to exit things often, to cut and sever. And so now those decisions or your partner's decisions in romantic love can be moving forward. It's time to go forward and boldly do and act on your confidence in those choices at this time. All right. So that's what I got for you. Sorry about the kerfuffle. I've got to go pick up my daughter. Then I've got to do a community meeting and I got stuff on my agenda today. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Check out Otter Spirit Jewelry, 20% off. Next time I'll share in more depth. I'll show you their website and stuff, but just Google it. All the links are below. The discount codes are below. Hit the more button. Look under my video. That's called the description box or the show notes. And this kind of stuff is there for you to check out. So this one This one I got in Mexico. That's not these guys. The other ones are. This is, isn't that pretty? I mean, isn't this pretty? And they give money to otters in the wild. It's otter spirit, right? To help, I don't know, repatriate otters or something like that. All right, I got to roll. Take care, everybody. Ciao, ciao. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell.